Vantage Point has done such a good job today and really control this race entirely.
Yeah, there's the arm that's broken. That's it. The day is done for Michael. They may get him back in the race, but not the lead. Mauricio Gugelmin's now the leader.
This is very bad luck for Michael, but on the other hand, it's very good luck that this didn't break in a way that put him in the wall out there on the track.
Exactly.
Yes, you're absolutely right there, Sam.
So for the first time in his IndyCar career, Mauricio Gugelmin is the leader of the race. And there he is. Second place now is Villeneuve. Third is Sullivan. Pruitt is fourth. Bobby Rahal is fifth.
And the Pac West team is now 1 and 3, a new team.
So now, with 25 or 50 laps complete, we are moving up with a brand new leader in IndyCar racing in the person of Mauricio Gugelmin. And we talked about new faces. They are very definitely at the front of the field right now.
You know, this is really working itself up to be a good race. There's Gugelmin right there, Villeneuve right behind him, and a whole bunch right behind them. Certainly the international flavor is being borne out.
Gugelmin, the Pac West team. Villeneuve with one win in his career so far, that at Road America last year, with a promise of many more to come.
We're not going to sell Danny Sullivan shy. You know, he's in third place. Danny is racing. He's really become a race driver right now.
So this is what put Michael Andretti on the restart up against the wall and broke the suspension members. We'll be back after this message and a word from our ABC stations. Back live in Miami as Bobby Rahal continues his pursuit of Scott Pruitt and Danny Sullivan in a continuing fight for third place. Interesting new bulletin came out this morning from IndyCar as we take a look at the running order after 52 laps. The most interesting part is that determines the length of the race. It is scheduled for 90 laps, or, according to, oh no, a car into the wall, and trying to look and see what the damage may be to the front of that.
That's Ribeiro. Yeah, car number 31, Ribeiro. It's really hard to see it when he's all on the tires like that.
He's okay, but I think that car's probably done. Remember, he was in an incident earlier.
Yeah,
let's get back to this 6B.5. The race can end at the completion of 90 laps or at 2 hours. And we're going to cut very, very close to that. Very close to that. So Jack Arute and Gary Gerald, starting with Jack, does that affect strategy now?
Well, Paul, taking a look at my end of the pitch down with Robbie Gordon and Raul Boisel and Christian Fittipaldi, and most importantly, the Rahal Hogan team of Bobby Rahal, they all say that they have adjusted their strategy, and this full course yellow that we have just gone on to plays right into their hands. Most teams are going to elect to come in now for what should be their final stop, assuming that this race will go 2 hours instead of the advertised distance. Now, if all of a sudden the race speed picks up, these drivers could have to make a third stop.
Let's go down further in the pits to Gary Gerald.
And waiting anxiously for his drivers who are first and third, Bruce McCaw. Now, Bruce, we're talking about the possibility of this becoming a timed race. Is that entering into your strategy now?
Well, it's not our strategy yet. We're just running to stay out in front.
You've got right now running first and third. You've got Mauricio in here in the pit getting service right now. You've got to be terribly proud and excited about what this team is doing. He's watching them closely. You've got to be terribly proud and excited about what's going on.
Our team, the Pac West team, has done a fantastic job all winter getting ready for this race. We've had a year now to get organized, and we're just thrilled. I mean, this.
Did you think you could be up running first and third in your realistic dreams?
No.
All right, that says a...
They've worked hard. Nerda Mauricio's done a fantastic job, and we're thrilled to have him as part of the team. And Danny, great to see Danny back in the series. He's done a wonderful job for us.
Keep it going. Let's go back to Jack.
Well, Gary, 1 year ago in Surfers Paradise, Michael Andretti came back to IndyCar racing and was victorious, and it looked as if you were going to repeat the opening race here today. What happened out there to break the right front that way?
I think it was the first restart, and I was behind Christian Fittipaldi, and I went to pass him in turn one, and I thought he saw me, and he didn't, and we hit, and I hit the wall, and I guess it bent because I ran the rest of the time. It was okay, and then it just finally broke.
When you're running out there and you've had a situation like that, do you think about it, or do you put it out of your mind until it totally broke?
I thought about it for about 10 laps, thinking, I hope nothing's wrong. And then after 10 laps, I sort of figured, well, it must be okay. But obviously it wasn't. Really disappointing.
But back to the Gold Coast, back to the place where you were victorious last year. You getting excited to go across the pond?
Well, I feel really good about this year. The car was flawless. I mean, we were running the second lap quicker than anybody, and hopefully that's a sign of things to come this year.
Paul?
Of course, Jack, you're referring to the race in Australia at Surfers Paradise in 2 weeks. And we will have coverage of that race, too, right here on ABC Sports. All of the yachts in the center of the track. A couple of $1 million floating there, and there are the cruise ships. Some of these yachts would make those cruise ship captains envious of what they have on board. Great, beautiful day here in Miami. You know, Ralph Sanchez, who puts this race together, has also been working on an entire new race course over at Homestead, not all that far from here. That track has been under construction for over a year now, and there's the very good real possibility that that will be open as early as July. And then it will start hosting races. Now, the IndyCars, Bobby, will they go to Homestead? There's what it looks like under construction.
Yes, and it's a state-of-the-art track. Ralph told me this morning he's going to spend approximately $70 million on this racetrack, which is unheard of. But most importantly, no matter what happens there, whether it gets delayed or whatever, he's got 2 years right here under contract with the city of Miami. So no matter what, we're going to have super good IndyCar racing here in Miami for a long time.
Homestead is a really great layout. It's patterned after Indy with the 4 distinct turns, but it's only 1.5 miles long. So kind of a combination of a mile track and Indy. It would be a great racing track.
Well, now under this full course yellow to show you how the pit crews can make a difference. When they came back out after that stop, Jack Villeneuve's crew gained him 2 positions in the pits, and he comes out as the leader of the race. Gugelman second, Rahal third, Scott Pruitt fourth, and Danny Sullivan fifth. Good job by that team.
The old adage, first in, first out. If you look at that right away, Villeneuve, he's with a tried and proven team, guys that really know what they're doing. Whereas Gugelman, Pac West, not knocking the team, they're certainly running good today, but they don't have as much experience.
You know, as we say all the different drivers' names, realize that there are drivers here in this race from 11 different countries, 5 from Brazil.
Scott Pruitt also had a good stop. He went in 7th place and came out in 4th. 56 laps complete. We're under yellow. Back live in Miami in the shadow of the cruise ships as they prepare their Sunday sail. We're preparing to have a terrific battle. These cars, led by the 27 car of Jacques Villeneuve, the rest of that group have all been very, very close together. There's young Jack down with his father, Gilles, the late and great Gilles Villeneuve, and his sister. Some family snapshots of him very young. I wonder what Dad would think of him today. He would certainly be very proud. And Jack, by the way, seems to be very much aware of the great heritage that he follows. In 2nd place is Gugelmin, then Bobby Rahal, then Scott Pruitt, then Danny Sullivan.
Gilles Villeneuve, Jacques' dad, is known for what's called his car handling ability. He can throw a car around even in the narrow confines of a street circuit like this and still manage to keep from hitting anything. Jacques definitely has that car handling ability, but he's only 23. He has tremendous maturity, and with Barry Green as his crew chief, a terrific brain in the pit to guide the whole effort. And you need a package like that to be good.